Is it visible, the screen? Students, someone should unmute the mic and tell me whether my screen is visible or not.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
right, good. Now, yesterday we have talked about the predicates. Now let us see what is the meaning of statement, function, variables, and quantifiers. This is the topic of our today's discussion, right? Now let us see the statement, man is mortal. In that particular statement, is a mortal, this part is a predicate, and let us denote it by capital H. So H be a predicate which is representing the part is a mortal. And suppose small b is the name of the subject, which is Mr. Brown. So if my statement is Mr. Brown is a mortal, then this can be denoted by H of B. So H of B stands for Mr. Brown is bachelor. Then second one is C. Suppose C denotes the subject Canada. S denotes the small s denotes a shirt. Then what is the meaning of H of C? Where C is a Canada, H of C means Canada is a mortal. S means shirt. So a shirt is a bachelor. So though shirt cannot be bachelor or Canada cannot be mortal, okay. Shirt cannot be a mortal or Canada cannot be mortal. But as far as the syntax is concerned, that statement is correct. So this H of B, H of C, H of S, all these denote the statements. Okay, and these statements have a common form. Which common form they are having? Common form is H. Every statement is saying that that subject is a mortal. First statement says Mr. Brown is mortal. Second statement says Canada is immortal. Third statement says a shirt is immortal. So in all these three statements, one thing is common, and that is what H is, H, capital H. That means is a mortal. And what is changing? The subject is changing. Subject in first statement, the subject was Mr. Brown. In the second statement, the subject was Canada. And in the third statement, the subject was shirt. So capital H is constant, or it remains same. It is common to all the three statements, whereas the subject is changing, subject is varying. So that is why we can represent the inner part, the part which is inside the bracket, the subject, by some variable x. So x represents the subject. So x can take any value. X can be Mr. Brown, X can be Mr. Ajay, X can be Mr. Vijay, X can be Mr. Amit, whatever it may be. So X will represent the name of the person. Okay, that is why that X is called as the variable. Right? Is that clear? So let us see the definition of statement function. A simple statement function of one variable is defined to be an expression consisting of a predicate symbol and an individual variable. Such a statement function becomes a statement when the variable is replaced by the name of any object. The statement resulting from a replacement is called substitution instance of the statement function and is a formula of statement calculus. Now, what I am discussing is the simple statement function. Now, what is the simple statement function? A simple statement function of one variable is defined to be an expression consisting of a predicate symbol and an individual variable. Okay, for example, h of b, h of b is a simple statement function because it consists of the statement, it consists of predicate symbol capital H and individual variable small b, like that. So such a statement function becomes a statement when the variable is replaced by the name of any object. When I say h of x, so h of x is a statement function, h of x. where capital H is a predicate symbol and small x is a variable. So when that x is replaced by some name, actual name of a person, then that becomes a sentence or statement, right? Otherwise, that will be a statement function. When I say h of x means for x is a mortal. What x is? X can be any person. X can be, let us say, Mr. Brown. X can be Canada. X can be shirt, whatever it may be. So X can be replaced. X will be replaced by some subject name. Then that will be a statement. Otherwise, if it is only X, then that is called as a statement function. The statement resulting from a replacement is called as substitution instance of the statement function and is a formula of statement calculus. The word simple in the above definition distinguishes the simple statement function from those statement functions which are obtained from combining one or more simple statement functions and the logical connectives. For example, if we let m of x be x is a man, h of x be x is mortal, then we can form the compound statement function as m of x and h of x, like that. Let us see that thing. M of x and h of x. Meaning of this statement is x is a man and x is mortal. Second statement, you see m of x conditional h of x. If x is a man, then x is mortal. Third statement, not of h of x, means h is not mortal. The fourth is m of x or not of h of x. It means x is a man or x is not mortal. So this way we can found the compound statement function by using the correctives and the simple statement functions. Okay. Now students, let us see the chat box. There I will put something. See, when I say H, what H is? Suppose H stands for is mortal, is a mortal. Okay, this is my predicate. H is mortal is my, it is my predicate. Okay, it is my predicate. And if I say H of X, H of X, what is the meaning of H of X? H of X means X is a mortal. X is a mortal. So here the X is called the variable. X is a variable. So capital H is fixed and small x will vary. Every time it will take some different value. It will take the name of some other different persons as a subject. So that x is a variable. And h of x will also called as, this h of x will be called as simple statement function. It is called as a simple statement function. Okay, simple statement function. And if I replace the x by some name, suppose x is, let us say, x is suppose Gajanan. So h of x will be what? H of x will be Gajanan is a mortal, like this. Gajanan is a mortal. This way. Okay. So this h of x, this Gajanan is a mortal, is called as a statement or substitution instance of h of x, because we are substituting the name Gajanan in place of x. Okay. So this, so what h of x is? H of x means the statement function. It's a simple statement function because there is only one statement is represented. So that is a simple statement function. But when I say that h of x and m of x This is a compound statement function. Why it is compound statement function? Can anybody tell me? Hello? Why it is a compound statement? Compound statement function h of x and m of x, and what it represents? What is the meaning of what is the representation of h of x? Okay, Ankit, good. Two statements. So h of x and m of x means uh, x is mortal and x is man, right? So as two simple statement functions are combined together with the and connective, that h of x and m of x is called as the compound connective, compound function. Okay, so this way we can show it, right? Now are you able to see the screen? Students, someone should unmute and tell me.
Yes, sir.
Hello? Yes. Okay. So let us see the statement g of x comma y. G of x comma y, let it be representing x is taller than y. G of x comma y का मतलब क्या है? X is taller than. So if both x and y are replaced by the names of objects, we get a statement. Okay, if x and y, both the variables, are replaced by some objects, then we get a statement. If m represents Mr. Miller and f represents Mr. Fox, then we have g of m comma f. That means Mr. Miller is taller than Mr. Fox. So value of small m is Mr. Miller and small f represents Mr. Fox. So capital G of m comma f will be Mr. Miller is taller than Mr. Fox. Similarly, let us see the second statement. What is capital G of f comma m? Now it will be different now. Mr. Fox is taller than Mr. Miller. So it is possible to form statement functions of two variables by using statement functions of one variable. For example, given m of x means x is a man, h of y means y is a mortal, then we may write m of x and h of y. That means x is a man and y is a mortal, like this. Isn't it? Is it clear, students? हेलो, समझ रहा है कि नहीं?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now coming to the next part. No, this is not so important. Now, students, let us see the statement all men are mortal. Statement number 7, 8, 9. Let us see. What is 7 statement? All men are mortal. What is statement number 8? Every apple is red. And what is statement number 9? Any integer is either positive or negative. So let us see the statement 7 again. All men are mortal. All men. All men in the universe are mortal. No one is amar. कोई अमर नहीं है, सब मरने वाले हैं. All men are mortal. So that particular statement is addressing to all the men in the universe. Okay. Similarly, every apple is red. Every apple, if it is apple, it has to be red. That means all apples in the world, in the universe, are red. Similarly, any integer is either positive or negative. That means for all integers, either they are positive or negative. So these three statements, statement 7, statement 8, and statement 9, All these three statements are addressing to all the entities in the universe. All men are mortal. Every apple is red. That means all apples are red. Any integer is either positive or negative. That means all integers are either positive or negative. So, how can we represent this fact in the form of predicate? Let us see 7a, 8a, 9a. For all x, all men are mortal को हम लोग कैसे लिख सकते हैं स्टेटमेंट फंक्शन के फॉर्म में? फॉर ऑल x, if x is a man, then x is a mortal. Okay. Secondly, for all x, if x is an apple, then x is red. Then 9a is what? For all x, if x is an integer, then x is either positive or negative. ठीक है? इसका मतलब क्या होगा? When I say that for all x, if x is a man, then x is a mortal. It means all men are mortal. If I quantify the x universally, it will represent the statement that all men are mortal. Because x will replace, it will be replaced by a name of any person, and that person is mortal. So all persons are mortal. No, that is why for all x, if x is a man, then x is a mortal. So 7a and 7, both the statements are implying the same meaning. Okay. Similarly, every apple is red. That statement can be written as for all x, if x is an apple, then x is red. It means that every apple is red or all apples are red. Then coming to the statement number 9a, what is that? For all x, if x is an integer, then x is either positive or negative. समझ में आएगी नहीं बच्चों आपके? Are you understanding or not? Yes.
Yes,
You
sir.
are okay. So these three statements for all, all men are mortal. Every apple is red. Any integer is either positive or negative. These three statements can also be written as using the statement function, like for all x, if x is a man, then x is immortal. For all x, if x is an apple, then x is red. And for all x, if x is an integer, then x is either positive or negative. So this way we can write the above three statements. Now this is like a statement function. Now how can we represent this statement function in symbolic form with the help of predicates? That thing we have represented below. Let we symbolize the term for all x. For all x जो phrase है उसको हम लोग symbolize कर रहे हैं. तो symbol जो आपको दिख रहा है, उल्टा a दिख रहा है आपको ब्रैकेट में, उल्टा a और x. Is it visible to you students? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
हाँ? आपको उल्टा a दिख रहा है वहां पे x के पहले. So that
Yes.
is the quantifier. That is called as quantifier for all x, and that is called as universal quantifier. Okay? जो a दिख रहा है आपको उल्टा वाला उसको हम कहते हैं universal quantifier, and it quantifies the variable universally. That means for all x. Okay? Then let m of x means x is man. H of x means x is mortal. A of x means x is an apple. R of x means what? X is red. N of x means what? X is an integer. P of x means what? X is either positive or negative. Then the earlier three statements can be written as like this. For all x, m of x conditional h of x. For all x, एक तो आप उल्टा a लिख के x लिखो या तो सिंपली ब्रैकेट में x लिखा तो भी चलता है, दोनों भी सेम है. For all x means that reverse x reverse a and x, otherwise simply x can also be written. So for all x, if x is a man, then x is mortal. Then 8b is what? For all x, if x is an apple, then x is red. And ninth b is what? For all x, if x is an integer, then x is positive, or either positive or negative. So these are called these this is called as a quantifier. So quantifier is very important, concept in your logic, predicate logic. So there are two quantifiers. This one is called universal quantifier. Universal. That means whenever we are quantifying the variables universally, then that is called as universal quantifier. Is it clear, students? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
What is the meaning of universal quantifier? Yes. What do you mean by? Yes. Yes. Whenever we say something about for all, then that is called universal quantifier. Correct. It is true for all. Akash, Amit, correct. Your answers are correct. So whenever we are talking about all the entities in the universe, then we use the quantifier to quantify the variables, and that is they are called as the Isha. You are also correct. Amol correct. Akash correct. Right. For all values, we are quantifying the variables. Okay, we are quantifying that variable universally. That means it is true for all the elements, all the, say, suppose I write like this. If A of X means X is an apple. Okay. And let R of X. What R of X stands for? X is red. Then what is the meaning of this? Tell me the meaning of this statement which I have written. The statement which I have written. What is the meaning of that statement? Can anybody tell me? See the chat box and reply my query. Yes, someone should reply. Yes, Manish Singh, correct. For all x, if x is an apple, then x is red. Correct. If x is an apple, x is red. Okay. Amit, it should be for all x. Jeet, it should be for all x. Manish Singh has written correctly. Dishan Tare, you are also correct. For all x, if x is an apple, then x is red. Bhakti also correct. For all x, yeah. That means its other meaning is what? Its other meaning is every apple is red. X, if X is an apple, then X is red. Okay. Now let us see one statement. Students are intelligent. All the students are intelligent. How can we write this statement? All the students are intelligent. How can we write this? All the students are intelligent by using predicate form. Yes. Anyone can answer? All the students are intelligent. See the chat box and type your answer. Aditi, Amit, Chirag. Okay, you have given answer of the earlier question. Now, what about this current question? All the students are intelligent. How can we represent this statement in predicate form? Yes. Try. Try करो. Are you able to see? Okay, S of X. Chirag has given the answer as I think. Okay. X is student. S of X. X is student. Akash. X of L of X. No. Can anybody write the correct answer? Yeah. Yeah. Chirag has given answer. S of X means X is a student. Okay. And L of I of X means X is intelligent. Okay. Then correct. Amit has given the answer for all X. If X is a student, then X is intelligent. Correct. Jeet, Aditi. Okay. Good. Yes. Now you understood how to write the statement in predicate form. Correct. Now I will put one more question. Try to answer it. Aditi, Jeet, Amit, Akash, Chirag. Yes, good. You have tried to solve the question. Now let us see the statement. Every dog is an animal. How can we write this statement now? Every dog is an animal. See the chat box. Every dog is an animal. Yeah, Mandar has replied. Mandar, no, it is not correct 100%. Aditi Singh has given the answer for all X. If X is a dog, then yeah, Aditi, you are correct. Disha Tamore also given the answer correct For all X, if X is a dog, then X is an animal. Amit Patel, right? Good. Mandar Patkar, now you are correct. Ashish Mishra, for all X, if X is a dog, then X is animal. Okay. Jeet Patil, you are also correct. Good. So this way, then Dheeraj Pandey, Arun Mihir, Abhinav Rawat, Manish Singh Tangania, yes, good, yes. Isha Kore, Gaurav Tiwari, Jayesh Dhuri, correct. Amit Pal, Ashish Mishra, yes, correct. Aman Lohari, Chirag Patil, Kunal Chette, Anushka Wagh, Kushal Chaudhary, right. Okay. So now, Lalit Barad, correct. You have understood now how to represent any statement using the this one. I mean, predicate calculus. So today we have discussed with the simple statement function, compound statement function, and the universal quantifier. Okay. So whenever we are talking about the quantifying a particular variable universally, then that is called as universal quantifier. For example, when I say for all x, it means it is true for all x in the universe. So that is called as universal quantifier. It is not for any particular thing, it is for all. So whenever we are talking about all, then that is called universal quantifier. Okay. So every man is mortal, or all men are mortal. Every apple is red. Every dog is an animal. Every cow is an animal. Okay. Then if this, all integers are either positive or negative, so any integer is either positive or negative. So this thing we have discussed in our today's lecture, and I hope that whatever I have discussed, I have taught to you today, you have understood it. So in our next lecture, we will discuss about the existential quantifier. Today we have discussed about the universal quantifier. Tomorrow we will discuss about the existential. Existential. Tomorrow we'll discuss about the existential quantifier. It is another one of the important quantifier used in the your logic. Okay, existential quantifier. Very well. Now we will stop today here our discussion. Now I will take the name of the students one by